everyone, you're welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I am Vivian. So if you're new here, I say welcome, and if you're old member, I say welcome back. So today we'll be making a quick lunch bag. Okay, so in my previous video I showed you how to make a school bag or backpack, and some people said they want to know how to make lunch bag. Okay, so we'll be making a quick one. Now I have my fabric here. I have my lining. Okay, so it depends on the fabric you're using. If you're using like leather fabric, you might not even need to use lining, but because of the nature of my fabric, I want to use lining. Okay, so if you're using a very light fabric, you might decide to add foam in between your main fabric and the lining to make it firm. But just whichever, it depends on what you want. Okay, so just want to show you the method to making a very easy and quick lunch bag. So the measurement I have here is 27 inches. Okay, and here we have 16 inches. So this is 27 by 16. Okay, now I decide to pin the lining together so I can cut the both of them together. Then I'll take off the lining and do what you want to do on this part. So you have to fold it. Okay, so just fold it this way. So by the time you have folded it, on this lower part you're going to mark out, you know we'll mark 3 inches here, 3 inches here, and 3 inches up. Okay, so we want to also make sure that this is 3 inches when you connect. So 3 by 3, that's what I'm making use of. You do the same thing on this side. Mark 3 inches. So after marking it like this, we'll cut it out. So this is what we have. So now you might be wondering how I came about the measurement. So that the measurement I'm using is, you need to consider, since it's a lunch bag, you need to consider the food flask and maybe water bottle. Okay, so the length, this very length should be like the length that can take up the water bottle. Okay, so that is when it is on fold. So your water bottle, the length of your water bottle plus at least 1 inch, then you times it by 2 to give you the full length. Then the width too should be like a space to contain the food flask, water bottle, and maybe snacks and other things. Okay, so that's how I came about this measurement, in case you are asking. So by the time we have cut it out like this, we just take out the lining. So you can see what we have here. This is what we have here. Okay, so we'll remove the lining. So I'll put the lining aside. So when you have it this way now, the next thing is to make the handle. Okay, so I'm still going to use the same fabric to create handle for it. So what I have here is 4 inches, 4 inches, okay, by 15, 4 by 15. So we'll make a handle for the bag. So it will come this way. Okay, so right now I would just fold it over and make a stitch. So we'll have two of it for the two sides. Okay, so just fold it and make a stitch. So let me do just that. So I've stitched it. Okay, I stitched by 1/2 inch and I turned it to this other side, as you can see. Okay, so this is our strap. So now we'll come to this side. You measure and mark the midpoint. So we have 16 inches here and the midpoint is at 8 inches. Okay, so I'll mark it. So when you mark the midpoint, from the midpoint you take like 3 inches, so 3 inches is okay, and you mark from this side, you mark 3 inches as well. Okay, so this is where we'll be placing our handle. So I hope you can see this. 3 inches, 3 inches. Now you just take one, so this is the back, you place it like this from that 3 inches. Okay, so I'll pin it there. So you take the other one, you place it from that 3 inches. Okay, you can see good side facing down, you place it here, and I'll pin it. So you see what we have here. Okay, so this is the handle for our bag. So you do same for this side, then you go ahead and stitch. Okay, so make sure you arrange it very well, then you stitch it. So I've stitched the handle as you can see. Okay, so the next thing I will make a closure, that is something for just closing the bag. So I have a piece of fabric here. Okay, so and this measures 11 by 5. Okay, so 11 by 5. Now we'll fold it. Okay, good side facing each other. We'll fold it and I'll make a stitch here and here, then I'll turn it to the other side from this point. Okay, stitched it. Okay, so now I'll turn it to the other side. You can see what we have here now, so I'll just top stitch on it. Okay, I'll go ahead and top stitch on this side to be flat. So I have top stitched it and this is what we have. You can see now you fold it to find the midpoint. Okay, so this rough edge will be stitched here, you fold it and this is our midpoint. Okay, so now you also connect it to this midpoint like so, just match it up like this, then you go ahead and stitch. Okay, so let me just hold it with pin so I see what we have. So make sure you're matching it up correctly. So I'll just go ahead and stitch it. So I've stitched it. Okay, and this is what we have. So now you turn it to the other side. We're going to fix velcro at this side. Okay, because that is where we'll be closing our bag from. So by the time we place our bag this way, we are going to close it like this. Okay, so we'll be having velcro on this side and on this side of our bag. So now let's just arrange everything. Remember, we still have our lining to fix. Okay, so we'll do that. So this is where we'll have it, so you can just raise it and mark. Okay, and mark. So now this is our velcro. Okay, so you can just cut about 2 inches or 2.5. So let's make use of 2.5 inches. Cut it. So we'll fix one here and we'll fix one here. So this is how we fix it. So let me just pin it down. So pin it down here. I will also pin it down here. So try to match it again to be sure. So this is where this one would be. Okay, so I'll pin it there. Now I'll go ahead and stitch it. Okay, stitch it and stitch this one as well. So after fixing your velcro, Okay, it's now time to fix our lining. So you just place the cover, this cover, just place it down like this. Place your handle down. You do same for this side. Okay, so on the good side of your fabric. Now you get your lining piece. Okay, so you now place your lining on it like this. So you place your lining, then you go ahead and stitch. So you're stitching only this side. You're stitching just this side and this side. Okay, leave every other side open. Just these two sides is where you're going to stitch. So after stitching the both sides, the next thing we are just going to turn it over like this. Okay, so turn it over. I'll have this. So we'll be top stitching. Yes, so top stitch. So you go ahead and top stitch this time around, all round. That is all over the back. So just arrange your lining very well and you top stitch from this point. You go this way, you go this way, so that the lining and the fabric can become one piece. Okay, after top stitching, this is what we have. Everything is now one piece with the lining. Okay, so you can see this. Now we'll turn it to this side and we'll fold it over like this. Then we'll go ahead and stitch here. Okay, so just stitch by half inch is okay, just these two sides for now. So I'm done stitching it and I piped it with bias tape, okay, to give it a neat finishing, and that is it. So I did that for the both sides, as you can see. Now we are left with this side. Okay, so this is what you will do. Just pick it up like this and take it this way. Hope you can see what I just did. So you just open it from this side like this. You do this. Okay, so now you're going to stitch it. So just bend this one over one side and we'll stitch this side. You stitch it this way. Okay, and you do same to this side. You stitch it. So you can mark this midpoint if you like, so that when you open it up you can know. So you just match it up like this. This one meeting the midpoint like this. Okay, and you go ahead and stitch it. So you just go ahead and stitch like this. Okay, so you can see what we have here. So I'm done stitching this side and you can see I also piped it. Okay, and our lunch bag is ready. So now we'll just turn it to the other side. So this is it. Okay, and you can close it here. So this is very simple to make, very simple. And here is our lunch bag. So like I said earlier, if you want it to stand firm, like when you keep it, is to just stand, you can use a very hard fabric to do that. Okay, use a very hard fabric, and then you can also add structure by either putting wording, collar stay or foam in between the lining and the main fabric. So this is what we have. You can see. Okay, so this can contain a full flask, this size of water bottle, and even some other things can still go in, like snacks, juice and all that. Okay, and you just close it up. Okay, so I also made a school bag for it, like I showed in my previous video. I showed how to make a school bag. So in case you have not watched that video, I'll leave the link in the description box so I can check it out. Okay, so this is our school bag. I'll leave the link in the description box so I check it out. So I hope you like this video. Do give it a like and share with your friends. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, hit on that subscribe button so that you will not miss our upcoming video. And also hit on the notification bell. Click on all notifications, okay? So check for the link of how I made the bag in the description box or up here in the video. See you next time. Remain blessed.